All right, what's up, guys? Sandy here, making my season debut on this new podcast format. Whatever name to be determined. I don't think we have an official name for what we're calling these yet. But sat out last week. I was hoping for a transfer to a bigger podcast, Hurricane-ish, Hurricane-esque, but the call never came. So I'm back this year, podcasting with the same old cast of castaways as last year, and it's gonna be a good season. So I'm going to try and fire things off this week, get back on the right foot. I started things off the losing week last week, which, as any of our regular listeners might know, is a recurring occurrence. And so we'll try and rewrite that wrong again this week. And so I'm just going to put this out there, and I'm feeling pretty good about this bets this week. And so fade at your own risk, because I'm sure people will be thinking at this point, we're over a season in and a weekend, and my record is fairly prolific as a loser at this point. But I gotta say, I'm feeling fairly confident this week. So, like I said, fade at your own risk here. So that's enough about that. Let's get into the bets here. And so this week, I like the slate a lot. I think there's some really good value here just on straight up bets. You don't have to work too hard to find some good value. And so the first bet I'm going to go with here is Aston Villa and both teams to score. So they're playing against Newcastle, and that's going to be a unit and a half for me. So the odds on this one are around 3-1 plus 300. And so I can't imagine Villa losing this game. They had a little bit of a sloppy start last week. They were missing the main man, Watkins. Everyone knows he'll be the one bagging the goals this year. Don't allow anyone to convince you Danny Ings will be leading the way. It's going to be Watkins. We'll be playing up top with them. And so I can't imagine they're going to drop 2 in a row to start the season. With that being said, their back line is not exactly what you'd call a rock solid. And so I'll see them continue to go here for sure. And the value on the both teams to score bet is really good here with Aston Villa. So I'm going to ride with that one. My second bet, we're going to ride with Brentford again. They looked good last week. They upset Arsenal. And we're getting great value against them, against Crystal Palace, who, as anyone who listened to last week's pod might remember, I pointed out that their fans appear to be very optimistic on the hope meter the Athletic point out. But so far, and just based on the roster, I'm not sure what that optimism is all about. It seems like a little bit of false hope. I can't imagine they'll be doing anything of note this year. Probably be fighting just to avoid relegation. So this seems like really good value with Brentford. Get about 3-1. So I'm going to put a unit on that one. And then my next bet is going to be Everton. And so this one here, there's a kind of monitoring peripherally in the group chat. There's some chatter about this game, the Leeds-Everton game. Some fellas thinking that Leeds was a lock. Some guys saying that Everton was. So unfortunately for the Everton faithful, I'm probably going to mush this bet here, but I'm definitely right with Everton this week. Again, it's 3-1 odds against elite teams that got absolutely battered last weekend. And Everton, Everton's they can win games, and Leeds you can't really ever trust to win anything. So this seems like a no-brainer ride with Everton here, and you get some really good value on that one. And same kind of logic is going to be with my Brighton Watford game here. You can't really trust, similar to Leeds, you can't really trust Brighton to win a game. When you think they're going to win, they'll let you down here, and they're heavy favorite against Watford here. Watford's, I think it's 6-1, almost 5-1 or something like that. So I'm putting a half unit on this one, and really good payout there. And based on what they showed last weekend, they showed they can probably put some goals in that. And we don't know Brighton struggles to score. So this is definitely a game I could see Watford winning, and the value is great on this one. And finally, we're going to ride with Spurs again, coming off a big win last weekend. Haven't really been following the Kane news. I'm not sure if he'll be playing this weekend. I assume not, but this is more so a slate against Wolves, who, based on last season's form, I know they got Jimenez back this year. They lost last weekend. I think they've kind of lost their magic of 2 years ago when they're actually a respectable squad. We'll see if Jimenez can kind of turn them into their old Wolves team, but they just still seem kind of spineless. And until they prove me wrong, I'm going to be betting against Wolves, and value here is pretty good. Even money plus some. So I really like Tottenham here to start the season 2-0. And so that's 5 bets. I mean, I touched the last 2 games here. They're a little bit more to pick them. but I feel really good about some of the value in these earlier games. And so that's what I'm going to be riding with here.